Hello and welcome to Double Hit. I'm Rob.
And I'm Harry.
No wait,
I'm Rob.
I'm Harry. Even us twins get confused. We give a fan's perspective on all things Scottish rugby. It's completely unfiltered. So if you enjoy this content, give us a like and subscribe and sit back and enjoy the show.
Told you not to wear that t-shirt, man. We have returned finally, and we've got international rugby as well, and it was the first weekend of the Nations Championship, and it was an absolute fucking belter, and we're going to get into it all today and Scotland's performance and preview our game against South Africa. So we'll just start from the top then. That France game, 8:10 in the morning, loved it, wee coffee, child free, sat back and watched that game.
I wasn't child free, but I managed to watch a good chunk of it. And firstly, just may as well say, like, really surprised with the way that all the teams over the weekend went for it.
They did go for it.
France and New Zealand set the precedent for the weekend going forward, man.
You wonder if the other teams watch that, like, see the results and they're like, oh, we've got to
That's
go play
something
ball.
I want to ask about. Like, do you watch the game? Surely they have some, but do they watch that and be like, right, these guys are going for it? Like, what's our mindset around that?
Because it was crazy.
We need to start interviewing
I know.
players.
Because obviously the France game, the France All Blacks game was a blinder.
Oh, it was a belter.
And then the Ireland-Australia game was a belter as well.
Yep.
So it's weird that those two games back to back were like that. Obviously the Ireland Aussie boys weren't giving a fuck about the France game, but I think it just shows that people have had their reservations, me included, about this tournament. But I actually think watching how they played and the way the teams were going for it, they're up for it.
So one thing that I would say though is the South care much more about beating the North than what the North do. I think because we've got the Six Nations and stuff, I'm just saying it from what my view is. I don't care how. I'd obviously like to beat New Zealand or beat South Africa, but the main thing for us is obviously the Six Nations.
I don't think it's definitely more manufactured, this North v South.
They've got and it's coming from the South, I think, like it's a thing to them.
But I wonder if it's because we have such a high standard yearly competition.
Yeah.
Like, obviously they're not playing the championship, the rugby championship this year.
Yeah.
And could you imagine the Six Nations being like, oh, we're going to take a year off?
No, it would never happen.
Just never happen.
No.
It's way too big for everyone. You know,
strange, innit?
So it probably is a wee bit manufactured, but I actually think the concept of this Nations Championship opening weekend, you're like, oh, this could be good.
It's set a good precedent, man. And going into the France and New Zealand game, firstly the stadiums it's cool, innit?
It's cool.
It's only like 30,000 odd, but it's a cool indoor stadium, man.
It was class, and because New Zealand rugby, they've got a lot of good stadiums around their country, but they're obviously so split. But you just think, imagine the West, the SRU had a stadium like that in the West. We're going back to this stadium chat again. It's not going to fucking happen.
It's never happened.
Obviously, they're not going to get 230 million from nowhere, because that's what that stadium costs.
That seems quite expensive for the size of it.
I know, and you wonder, but we spoke about this before. They're not using stadiums like that for just watching rugby. It's going to be an events. There'll be events arena there, but it just makes so much sense having indoor stadiums for when you're in these climates,
especially Scotland, man.
But the All Blacks, I mean, France looked good, but the All Blacks are just. I think Dave Rennie's going to set them up really well, and it just shows you Mike Blair with that attacking.
It did look like you could see actually they seem to be setting up and attacking a wee bit differently to what they usually do. So it looks like Mike Blair's actually put down his marker,
and you just
already, which is just great for Scottish rugby, man.
And you just see when you see the way that the New Zealanders back rows play.
No,
it's
so good.
Wild.
They're just back.
See that try where they did that 1-2 with Caleb Clark. I can't remember the guy's name. Caleb Clark, and then the 1-2 was set up with the back row. It's like, could you imagine Rory Darge doing a 1-2?
No, I was actually
or
thinking
Matt
the same
Ferguson.
thing.
They're ball players.
Yeah,
they're serious ball players.
I was really impressed by Love. He looks like he could be a handy.
He's also got like the look of a superstar.
He does.
He's got the hair. He's got the tats. But some of his skills, his breaks were awesome, man. And they were just, it was a brilliant game to start with. I was surprised that why is Louis Bielbarré not there?
I don't know.
Is he injured?
No, I don't think he is injured. I heard something that they're resting him.
Is he?
Aye. So I don't know if he'll be brought. I can't imagine he'll be brought back into the squad now.
Nah.
So he must just be missed resting over the summer. But if you think about it, he's been off for a wee while actually, because they didn't even make the top.
No.
The top.
They didn't even get a
8.
semi or a quarter.
So they didn't even get anything.
I wonder if they're just resting him. If anyone knows, let us know.
He has played a lot of rugby.
He has played a lot, but also high level rugby. But
Yeah,
so is Luku and Jalibert.
Different players, but
Jalibert has, but Luku's not. I guess he didn't really play that much in Six Nations. I think when you see the players that France were missing, it's pretty crazy. Like you're missing people like Miafu, Flemont, the front rowers.
even Miafu just on alone, like he could potentially be the best.
Aye, but Cyril Bay and all that stuff as well. They're
Aye,
missing all these boys. You know,
Aye,
a lot of weight.
I think France played really well, but New Zealand were obviously they deserved
awesome.
to win it.
They did, and it was an awesome game.
So moving on.
Well, the Aussies obviously fucked it last minute with that kick at goal, and
I actually thought, what was it, maybe 5-10 minutes previously, it had a shot from the same ish position.
I don't think he meant them to take that penalty. See, when you listen to, wait, it was Ben O'Keefe on it. Ben O'Keefe was like, no, you called it. So I wonder if someone said it, and then they were like, no, well, don't kick for goal, because he was like, no, you've said it now, you have to kick for goal. So why are you picking that kick? It's fucking nailed kick.
The only thing that I would think is what you'd have to weigh up, right? So we're going to dive into some percentages here. What is the percentage likelihood of him hitting that kick? Right, a 50 metre at an angle. Let's say 50%.
Below.
Right, so
it was like 40 metres.
Right,
no,
so
it was more than that.
Then what's their percentage of and the angle? There was no angle to hit for the corner.
Aye.
So what's the percentage of converting a try?
Well,
from there against a pack that was a superior pack the full game.
But you would be wanting to maybe force a penalty closer, or even doing the old drop goal.
But then,
it's just weird how teams are just so averse to doing lining up for drop goals. I think the angle was a big one, and sometimes it actually just shows you of having a left footer. The kick was terrible.
Nah,
he absolutely fucked it. So I actually wonder if the pressure got to his head on it, and he's not the starting 10.
No.
So you're like, that's a big pressure kick to start trying to whack in.
Aye.
But James Ryan blocked on that maul going through. But see, at points, like Ben O'Keefe gave the try, the TMO came up and said, oh no, there's been a block here. And then there was something, see this thing about the ball carrier being ahead and it detaches. The maul is so fucking confusing now. But Ben O'Keefe was like that to the TMO. What am I looking at here? It's like, if you
I know, mate.
You don't know, no one else is going to know. Anyway, good game. Obviously, South Africa, we'll talk about them more at the end, looked dominant against England. What is it with Colby and breaking people's ankles?
I think a few of his steps, the players end up in the stands, man.
Man, that's Caden Murley. It's quite funny. You can see him looking back at Colby. That's absolutely left.
I'm not going to lie though, I think England played pretty well. They played the first half. They played better than what I thought. To get it within
17 all.
17-14 wasn't it going into half time? So like for me, them going into half time with a chance is actually like against South Africa, like such a dominant team. It's not that bad. Did you see whenever Guy Pepper came on?
No.
And all the fans started booing, thinking it was Henry Pollock.
Oh, right.
They all had. They do like a wee bit of like, but the full stadium started booing.
That's funny, man. George Martin's try,
mate. He's a
bruiser.
He is. The South Africans must have been like, he's one of us.
He's a bruiser, man.
Guy, man.
That was a good try. He got. Who was it? He ran through. It wasn't Caden Moody, was it?
It was Aronson.
Was it Aronson? Aye. It was. Aye. But I just think South Africa, when they turn that game on, goes absolutely mental. Did you see in the news, Tommy Freeman? Sorry, George Furbank. I'll get him mixed up every time.
Appendicitis.
Just about literally the day before, done the captain's run.
That's nasty, man.
And then gets appendicitis.
Yeah, that's pretty
brutal. He's had a rotten time of injury as well, so hopefully he's alright, and he's away to Quins next year, so it's probably even fucking worse for him.
Do you know what's frustrating about South Africa though? Like, they just have this ability to suck every single team into their style,
and it's so frustrating. And we'll talk about how we don't get that done. But
I actually agree with a few points that's been said over the weekend. So when we start talking about South Africa, Scotland, it'll be interesting,
because they just make you play their game, and it's about not playing their game.
Yeah.
But can you do that when you're getting absolutely physically dominated?
Negative.
But Scotland, Argentina, the big one. Which actually, I was actually so excited to watch Scotland play again, and we definitely redeemed ourselves from probably one of the worst defeats I've watched Scotland have, in that 21-0 up capitulation against Argentina. We looked pretty clinical. I think there was a lot of standout players that we can go through. There was obviously the wobble in the last 10, and we'll maybe touch on that a little bit more, of letting them get another.
I think that the whole wobble in the last 10, it's just, we spoke about this after the France game, that's what happens when you're playing that style of rugby.
Yeah.
The opposition's going to get their chances. So at the end of the game, the guys unfortunately will just switch off a wee bit more than what you want.
I think that you lose a bit of
credibility on the result.
Well, the result doesn't look as good, because even France in the Six Nations, that result didn't tell the story.
No.
But I also think it lacks cutting edge of the ruthlessness to just put teams away. You don't see South Africa start doing that. You don't see Ireland starting to do that. When they have a lead, they hold it. And I think when the boys start turning off, like, oh, we've got the game won, I mean, we've got history of us completely fucking it.
Yeah.
And I think that they will be touching on that a lot, even though it was an outrageously clinical display. So we had 9 entries into the 22 and 7 tries. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Standard,
really good. Just carrying on from where we were in the Six Nations, really, wasn't it? Like, that's we were second to France with conversions from going into the 22. So it's good to see that it feels like we're kind of said this a few times, but it seemed like we're bringing things together. But it's the usual, like, can we be consistent? But one person I was super impressed with was Hutchison. I think his passing, man, great. Yeah.
See that off his bad hand, that pass to Sione,
really strong,
accurate, right on the money. But he is just a really good footballer. He just can play ball. He's just really good at passing, and I think the reason that works so well without Finn is because you have 3 ball players in a row there. You've got TJ, Sione and Hutchison.
Takes the pressure off of each of them.
And Hutchison is a better ball player than Stafford, and he is by far a better ball player than Hugh Jones.
Hugh Jones has obviously got the running edge, but see if you get Tiapolotu, because something he's not been doing massive amounts of over the last maybe year is running.
Yeah.
Maybe if we can get him carrying the ball.
He looked a bit better against Argentina.
He actually
made a few breaks.
So then, is that something that he's like, the pressure's taken off him from being a ball player? It's always been on Hugh Jones to be the runner, whereas now Hutchison and TJ, obviously if Finn's playing, takes the pressure off him, he can be a bit more of a runner because he's strong.
I think so, and that's why he gets players questioning him all that time, Sione, because he can run or he can pass or he can kick.
I actually hope that link between the two of them continues to strengthen, because I think going into the World Cup next year, Hutchison could be a wee bit of a difference maker, and this could be his opportunity to break into the team as that.
And he's only 30.
Yeah, he's got. He's definitely got. Especially a run to the World Cup.
Especially with Hugh Jones losing form. Mm-hmm. So, can you then say, right, let's get Hutchison in there, and see how he gets on? Mm. Kyle Rowe, outstanding,
great player, man.
He's just again talking about ball players. He is a fucking ball player. He just is constantly looking to distribute. He's constantly looking for space. He's constantly looking to help out the players around him. But then his running ability is underrated.
Strong, yeah, really strong runner. I mean, that's what he was initially. Like, he's always been a strong runner. Obviously got his bad injury and came back from that. But before he got that injury, was just a runner. He made a few mistakes on the defensive end, but that's, he's not really played a lot at 15 and internationally. So
I guess it's going to happen. It was good to see Scott Cummins got a try in his 50th cap. It was good to see Pierre Schumann getting a try in his 50 cap. And it was good to see Gregor Hiddleston getting a try in his debut.
So let's make a point of this Cummins try. How many second row tries have you seen like that for Scotland?
You know what I thought was really impressive actually with Cummins on that was actually his running line. To even be there.
This is my point. How many times have you seen a Scotland second row run a supporting line on that
full
and
picture
finish it with a bit of power going, and taking the ball to the line?
Yeah.
That's something that you would see a South
African
second row doing, an Irish second row. So it's good to see Scott Cummins doing that.
And it was, the break was made at about the 60, so about 60 metres out. So Cummins has ran a really well supported try, keeping up with Ben White and Kyle Rowe to then get the ball inside for the try. So it was a really well supported line for him to even be there. And that was one of the tries I watched that and I was like, that was a belter. That was a beauty. And actually, a few of the tries were beauties.
They were.
Just really good in attack. And, that was a strong Argentina team. That was pretty much full noise for them.
Mm-hmm.
So for us to be able to do that to them and redeem ourselves from November was brilliant. South Africa's going to be a different ball game. But, and I'm going to say it, South Africa's team doesn't look that good, which is for South Africa. You've got no Addison, no Colby, no Diolande, no Jesse Creel's still starting, but then you got Papier starting at 9, Fassie's at fullback. The front row is a pretty switched up front row. Wilco Lowe's obviously in there.
Starting's a bit of a surprise.
Aye, their second row is different as well. And then their back row, I mean, it's not anywhere near what you would normally be looking at.
Even their bench isn't what I'd be expecting to see. It's also quite strange because it's not as if they're resting their big guns for the week after, because they're playing Wales a week.
I wonder if this is just Rassie just trying to rotate the squad again to see...
Create depth.
That depth.
Create depth.
And listen, it's still a ridiculous team. Any South Africa team is a good team. But it's not
Peter Steph to Toy playing it.
But it's not. I know, but it's not going to be the same team that beat us in the World Cup or in the Nations a couple of years ago. It's a different team to that.
Yeah.
Famous last words of me saying it, but I think if there's ever going to be a chance for us beating South Africa away, it would be with that team. Especially when you think about where South Africa have been looking so ridiculous is in those wide channels. And if they've not got Addison or Colby playing, obviously
such impact players, especially under the high ball.
Yeah,
they give such problems under the high ball, the two of them.
But I'll give a bit of background.
We don't know what we're about to say here, so I don't know what you're.
Well, I'll bring you in, right? So Peter Wright spoke on Saturday after the game, and he said on BBC Scotland Rugby, he said not to start Finn and keep TJ or Fergus Burke starting instead, because if you play Finn, the game plan then is all around Finn. South Africa target Finn, they beat us, whereas he's saying bring Finn on. What is your thoughts?
I agree with him, especially because Finn is potentially not 100% fit to go in against a match against a Box. He might still be... It's a calf injury, isn't it? Calf injuries can be niggly, could affect kind of explosiveness and stuff. So we don't know if he's 100% going to... I presume if they get him in the squad, he's 100% fit. But is he 100% match fit? He's not played rugby in a wee while, having been injured. He's missed the end of the Bath season. And I actually like the idea of Finn not starting, because it doesn't suck us into a game where if South Africa shuts Finn down, we've seen it in the past, we just implode.
I think that's fucking mental. I think if you have the best player in your team, he starts. 100%. Why would you not, if he's not fit, take him off after 40 or something? Then you've got that there anyway.
But by that point, you're by that point you're taking him off because the plan's not been working.
Yeah, but he's our best player.
We've seen that combination was a wee bit effective at the weekend there, but I get what you mean. Like, why would you?
I just don't get why you wouldn't start your best player. He's there, and he's the best player for unlocking a defence that we have.
Keep him guessing.
I just feel like it's just a stupid idea. Why would we even bother doing it?
I don't think they're going to do that. But it would just...
Sounds like you're changing your mind already.
Aye, maybe you're convincing me. But I just think we need to try something different, is all. And maybe this isn't it, but if Finn Russell isn't 100%, then they're going to...
Aye, but then you would just take him off after 40.
So who are you having on the bench then?
TJ. I think this is why Peter Wright was a prop. I think that is it. Like, there's no way.
But you don't think that Peter Wright's
imagine Peter Wright
Scottish
playing
Rassie?
Fucking no. I think he thinks he is. But you even see that side. It's a good South Africa team, but it's not their A team. Yeah. And you think if Finn's in that, he's going to pick them apart if he can.
We'll see.
And Damien Villenson doesn't play much at 12. He's obviously a really good utility back. Jesse Creel's obviously shit hot, but then the wingers that they've got aren't top tier wingers for them. They're good wingers.
One thing that should be said is if we win, which I think there's probably a 10 to 15% chance, right, of us winning. That's what I would think, right? If we win, you've seen it in the past with Ireland beating New Zealand in America and winning the series down in New Zealand. It really sets that you're on a trajectory to create a dynasty, and that's a win like this is actually something that Scotland needs. We need a win like this, and it could set us. It could be, people would be like, "Oh shit, Scotland are actually serious, and they are what we say." But they need to go and they need to win against a really hard team. We get maybe 2 or 3 opportunities a year to beat a team of this caliber, and this is an opportunity for us. But also, there's nothing to lose.
No, there's not.
There's nothing to lose.
Getting beat off South Africa in their back garden at altitude.
Everyone's losing that.
That's the hardest game in rugby.
Yeah.
So there's not any pressure on us, and I think that's a good thing for us going into this game. But this is a type of match that if we win this, the kick on from it would be huge, massive. Man. And then you're thinking, if we win this game, beat Fiji, we're top of that league. We're up. Wales are actually in first right now.
Oh.
We're in second. But we would just be kicking on. I don't think we will win. I genuinely don't. No. I think this is a really, like we said, the hardest match in World Rugby actually is playing South Africa in the back garden at altitude. But I still have some hope that we could do something. But you got to start your best player.
So what's your prediction then?
I'm going to say 30-25.
Nah, I was going to say 30-20 to Scotland.
Oh yeah, we're winning it. We're winning.
Right,
but that's us. So thanks for watching. We'll be back next week picking apart this game with some tears probably. Nah, not tears.
Tears of joy. We're winning.
Tears of joy. And we'll be looking forward to the Fiji game. So again, thanks for watching. I'll be releasing a preview video on Thursday, so if you've not already, please subscribe to catch that one. And thank you all for watching.
Thank you. Have a good one.